Not only is this scrambler style e-bike incredibly fun to ride, but it's got one awesome feature I've never seen before in any other e-bike. If you want to learn more, all you need to do is stick around. Welcome back. Today we're checking out something by a company I've never worked with before called Troxus. This is the Lynx T-Scram scrambler style e-bike. As you can tell, it's not your traditional looking e-bike. It does have a motorcycle scrambler style look to it, which sets it apart from the rest. And as mentioned during the intro, this has one really unique special feature I've never seen on any other e-bike that I've reviewed before. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But what we're going to do is cover the specs and features, give you some close-up looks at it, show you everything it has to offer, take it for a performance ride, and I'll share with you my pros and cons after riding this for a few weeks. For starters, we do have a Samsung 48 volt 20 amp hour battery. It's right here on the bottom of the frame. It is removable. That comes with a pair of keys. You could charge it on its own or in the bike by using the charging port on the side of the frame. It does power a rear 750 watt hub motor. Weighs in at 88 pounds, so not super heavy, but a moderate weight. And with the weight and the motor output, this does fall under most e-bike regulations as being legal. But of course, check your local regulations wherever you are located. This does have an estimated range of 90 miles while pedaling. Realistically, probably 60 to 70. If you're a heavier rider, doing lots of hills or using just throttle, it'll be less than that. It does have a heavy payload capacity of 400 pounds. As you can see, it does sit on 20 by 4 inch wide fat tires. It does have a lot of great features, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. But also, it's just a great looking bike. It's stylish, it's got a big seat, it's an aggressive style, appearance, and riding position. And although it looks great, it's even more fun to ride. In case you're curious about top speed, on throttle only, this will do 19 miles per hour, but while pedaling, it can reach speeds of up to 28 miles per hour. But there are a few more things I want to show you and talk about, so come on over. Starting off left to right, we do have nice textured rubber grips here that feel nice and soft and comfortable. Stopping power is front and rear hydraulic disc brakes. Reservoirs right there for your mineral oil fluid. Right here is your left-hand thumb throttle and a multi-button control module. And beneath it, there's a little flap. That is your USB charging port. Really happy to see that. You can charge your phone while you're riding. So we have power button, left and right arrows, headlight icon, I button, plus and minus, and a foot. So to power it on, long press the power button. After it boots up, it's ready to go. We'll cover everything the display has to offer in just a second here. So with the foot here, if you long press that, this is walking mode. So if you're pushing the bike, want to get some slight motor assistance, you can hold that in and it'll give you a little bit of power to push it, say, uphill or over rugged terrain. Plus and minus though is your pedal assist, 1 through 5, 5 being the maximum, 1 being minimum, 0 is no power. Now, the headlight button, if you long press it, it does turn on the headlight, which dims the screen, gives you a headlight icon there. Long press it again to turn it off. And for the I button, long press that, it will go between trip, odometer, max speed, average speed. So you have all your readouts right there on the bottom. But the arrows, well, that means only one thing: blinkers or turn signals. So when you activate it, you do get a icon there showing you that it is on and blinking. So you have left and right. All you do is press it again to turn it off. But if you quick single press the power button, you get hazard lights. So if you are on the side of the road or just want to get some more illumination on yourself for people to slow down around you, you can turn on your hazard lights. Coming over to the display itself, we do have not only a battery meter, but battery percentage. So you have 5 bars, and right now it's showing 93% because I did ride here. Miles per hour, and of course everything else we did cover on there. Good cable management, everything is wrapped up nice and neat here. And right hand side, another comfortable grip, and your 8-speed ratchet style shifter. Coming down the frame, you'll see a lot of screws. These are different mounting positions for water bottles or different accessories. So you got a lot of options for customizing it the way you want. Here is your key slot for removing the battery. And right down here is your charging port. Coming down the front, really big bright headlight. Looks really great at night. One of the better performing headlights I've seen on the e-bike. And your super bright LED turn signals right there. Front fender, front suspension. As we come around this side here, big saddle, and it shows it is capable of carrying a passenger as long as you don't go over the 400-pound capacity payload. Although there are no rear posts for your feet, I'm sure you can install them if you want to. But if you don't want to carry a passenger, carrying just some extra weight on a backpack, or if you're a heavier rider, is just fine. Rear spring suspension right there, and a unique rear fender design. So part of the rear fender's here, part of it's here. And as we come around to the very back, we have an integrated tail light, brake light, and turn signals. Really small, compact design. It's inset, so it's protected, but still visible daytime or nighttime. You're probably asking, what about that special feature you keep telling us about? Well, I figure it's better to show you than to tell you about it. So we'll do both. Let's get geared up and see what the T-Scram has to offer performance-wise. So let me briefly explain the special feature. Right here on the screen, next to the zeros, there's nothing there. It's a blank space. That's one setting it's currently in right now. If you long press the plus button, well, a little icon appears of a bike rider on a bike. Well, that's a different setting. So if you haven't already learned what these are, this is the difference between torque sensor and cadence sensor. This is the first bike I've ever reviewed that gives you the option between both those sensor types. Right now, with the rider there, that's cadence sensor, which means as soon as the pedals start moving, it senses motion and it gives you full power from the motor based on which pedal assist you're in. If you turn that off and the icon goes away, that's torque sensor, which means the motor will give you output based on how hard, how fast, how heavy you're pedaling. The torque resistance from the pedals gives you your output instead. Those of you know me, those of you who see my other e-bike reviews know that I love torque sensor bikes. I will demonstrate both of them for you. So we'll start off in cadence sensor. I'll put in pedal assist 1 and we'll just start going in throttle here. And as I pedal, right now it's giving me power just for pedal assist 1. So I'm gonna kick it up to 3, and as I pedal, it instantly starts accelerating even though I'm not pedaling any faster or harder. It is sensing the motors, it's sensing the pedals are moving. So if we stop and change it, which I want to because I really don't care for cadence sensor, if I do have the option for torque, well, I'm gonna keep in pedal assist 3, start moving with throttle, and you can see right now, I am still going nice and slow even though I'm pedaling. That's because I'm not putting much torque or pressure on the pedals, but as I pedal harder and faster, well, now it's giving me more and more output. That's the main difference. That's what I love. So typically on a torque sensor bike, I'll keep it in pedal assist 5, keep it in upper gear, say 6, 7, or 8, and I can go as fast or slow as I want without having to change pedal assist or just free spinning. It's the most realistic feeling to a traditional bike that you'll get on an e-bike with a torque sensor. So I absolutely love it. So awesome that this bike gives you both options, both features. Some people may like cadence sensors, and there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to put in as much work pedaling with a cadence sensor bike. But if you want to have the option for torque or cadence, well, the Lynx T-Scram may be the bike for you. We're gonna do a top speed test in throttle only, and you have full throttle output regardless of which pedal assist you're in. So right now I'm in pedal assist 1. We're gonna go throttle only. It's mostly flat, slightly upgrade, about 1 to 2%. So we should come close to 19 miles an hour. They're at 10 already. Passing 15. And right there at 19. And then it's like a governor. Oh, we actually hit 20. 20.1. So I am 235 pounds on a good day, 5'11". Again, 1 to 2% upgrade. And we reached 20 miles per hour pretty quickly with that 750 watt motor. It's a good power to weight ratio on this bike. But now to demonstrate top speed pedaling, well, I'm gonna put up in a pedal assist 5 and put in the leg work. And now we are passing 20, 24, 26, 27, 28. And there's a good brake stop right there. Hydraulic disc brakes work perfectly. And we did reach 28 miles an hour. But again, I had to put in the legwork to do that. Well, if you're on cadence sensor, actually, let's demonstrate that. Will cadence sensor do it on its own without pedaling so hard? That's actually a good question. We're gonna answer that right now. So again, I'm gonna pedal, but I'm just gonna pedal, keep the pedals moving, not necessarily put in extra pressure. Okay, it's accelerating on its own. As long as the pedals are moving, it is accelerating. Yeah. I didn't want to keep going because there's a pedestrian up here, but it will reach 28 miles an hour on either cadence or torque sensor. Now the great thing about this bike is versatility. If you want to do rail trails, off-road trails, city riding, well, basically you could take this anywhere you want within its capabilities and you're covered. You got turn signals, you got a headlight, you got nice fat tires, you got a relatively comfortable seating position, and let's not forget, an awesome looking bike. And again, I'm pedaling now in torque sensor, but if you want to control your speed even more, use your thumb throttle. It is proportionate, so the farther you push down, the faster you go. See, even in bright sunlight, the display is perfectly clear. I can see everything on there, even with sunglasses on, so nice, good visible display for day or night. This is really similar to a motorcycle where it's a one size fits most. You cannot adjust the seat height, nor the handlebar height. The handlebars are relatively low. It's a lower frame, lower handlebars, so even when you do stand up, you are forced to lean over because the handlebars are down lower. You cannot raise the handlebar height. You can, though, push them forward or backward for a farther or closer reach. The seat, though, it's a big padded saddle, but it's a fixed height. So me being 5'11", I'm pedaling it, I'm okay on it, but typically I'd want to be higher away from the pedals. My legs are not really extending all that much. So if you are, I will say above 6'1", 6'2", this would be a cramped bike for you. If you're, I'd say taller than say 5'6", 5'7", this bike would be really comfortable for you as well. Well, if you're shorter than that, you may have a harder time getting on the bike just because you can't lower the seat. So if you're between 5'6", 6'2", I think that's the sweet spot for most riders. And as long as you're under that 400-pound mark, this bike is ready to go for any adventure you're ready to throw at it. This is such a fun bike. Now, although it's an incredibly fun bike, a lot of great things about it, it's not perfect, nor is any e-bike I've ever reviewed. So I want to share with you my pros and cons of the Troxus T-Scram. after riding the T-Scram for a few times, there are a few things that did stand out to me that I feel I should share with you and that you should know about before considering purchasing this bike. Number one is probably the simplest but most crucial feature this bike is missing: a horn. There's no horn or bell on this bike. I searched high and low, thought maybe a mechanical bell got shipped with it, or maybe it was missing during shipping. I reached out to the company and asked them. They said, no, there's no horn or bell. That is a must-have for me on an e-bike, because if you're riding in the city, even here on the rail trail, you want to be able to get people's attention when you're coming up behind them. Sometimes a verbal alert of on your left, on your right is not enough. A horn or a bell is a must on nearly every bike, especially e-bikes. An electronic horn being implemented into this whole setup here shouldn't be difficult. But at the very least, if you do buy this bike, first thing I would do is get a mechanical bell. They're on Amazon for only a few dollars. It is better than nothing. But Troxus, if you're listening, an electronic horn would be definitely a welcome item on this bike. Next is the rear fender, or lack thereof. Well, I mean, there is a rear fender, sort of. There's a section here and a section here, but nothing here. A lot of open space, a lot of open air for potential items to fly up and hit your backside, which they have on me. Taking us through dirty, muddy environments. Well, if you want to have a clean backside, you're probably not going to have it on this bike. Although it does give some protection, it's not great protection. The fender should be much closer, further back on the tire to give you suitable protection. So if you're riding this through dirty environments, be prepared to have a dirty backside. Lastly is the top speed. 28 miles per hour is perfectly fine, but on throttle, it's only 20. It should have matched top speed, whether you're on throttle or pedaling. So that's my only complaints about this bike. As for the good, as for the pros, well, there's plenty that I could share with you. I'll share some of my top favorites. Number one, easily USB charging port, charge your phone as you're riding. Love to see that. Should be on every e-bike out there. Secondly is the cadence torque sensor. It's a game changer for e-bikes because this is the first bike of its kind on my channel that I reviewed that has that option. I reviewed both types of bikes, and this is the only one that gives you the capability of switching between either one. Lastly is the incredible lighting features. Super bright headlight, LED integrated tail light, brake light, turn signals, front turn signals, hazard lights. It's a nice bright illuminated system for daytime or nighttime riding. And aside from the horn missing, it's ready to go for the trails or the city. With that being said, hopefully this answered any questions you did have. If you want more additional information, there will be a provided link down below with the latest pricing and more details. And the pricing does fluctuate according to the market. And maybe if you want to compare this to other e-bikes I have reviewed on my channel, check the provided playlist down below as well. Special thanks again to Troxus for reaching out to me and allowing me to share the T-Scram with all of you. And if you're an adventure-ready individual, whether you're in the city or in the trail, consider the T-Scram. It might just be the bike for you. Thanks for watching, safe riding, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video.